finally saw Mad Max, and all I gotta say is, finally a movie that made me feel something. Thirsty. Holy shit. There's a dude that like hoards not only gasoline like in the older movies, but it hoards of water. These little cockroach people like crawl up to get like tiny little droplets from them. I was thirsty the whole time. I was like hugging the water fountain afterwards after I got out of the theater. But it was an amazing movie. It was great. In the beginning, though, there's this scene where you hear these like flashback voiceovers from Max's past, and they do the whole thing with the digital surround sound where it's all over the place. And I was a little spacey. I had smoked in the car, of course. And there were teenagers talking behind me, and I didn't know if I was hearing Max's tortured past or just some teenagers that I wanted to torture. And it was nuts. But I got my friend to go because I explained to him that it's basically violent Mario Kart. And, except that when you get bashed with something, you don't get saved by a little cloud man. You just you just die in a mangled heap. Sad, but I was thinking about Mario. He has an interesting voice. He's oddly like he's Italian, but it's kind of like vaguely Italian. And then he's super excited all the time and very high pitched. So I realized that. His voice is Borat mixed with Mickey Mouse. Here we go! It's insane. I think it'd be funny, like, he eats mushrooms and it gives him power, and I don't know, like, it would be funnier if he ate mushrooms and it gave him self-awareness. He's like, do I really want to step on these fucking turtles? Like, I don't know. Princess Peach, I hardly know her. She's always kidnapped. Do we really have that much of a relationship? Am I going to jump into another adventure? But it comes down to nostalgia, honestly. Like that's, with the Super Nintendo, there were a lot of really bad like movie games. Like any game that came out, or any movie that came out in the early '90s, late '80s, there's a fucking game for it. I mean, there's a Home Alone game, But my favorite game of all time is the What's Eating Gilbert Grape, the game. If you guys haven't played it, you gotta download that shit. It's sweet. There's a bonus level where you're driving through an empty town and you gotta find his mom's diabetes medication. It's pretty sweet. All right, thank you very much. This is my time.